Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Festergore, man. What the fuck, dude? We just got done blasting Glass Casket. And, hold on a second. Oh, we got more people. Can you guys all hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, boss.
Yeah, we got you.
Fuck yeah, man. Hey, I was just saying, man, we just got done blasting Glass Casket. And that's a fucking badass fucking track, man. I love the little sound effect at the very end, man. What was that?
Oh, so that's actually our vocalist chugging a whole beer.
A beer? I thought it was a bong, dude.
Nah, that's a beer.
Hell yeah. Well, that's still that's fucking cool, dude.
All in one shot.
Fuck yeah, man. All in one shot?
Yeah.
A whole beer?
He makes it a whole beer, one shot.
12 ounces or a fucking tall boy?
Tall boy.
Oh shit! Come on, man. Get out of here.
He's a big guy. He's 6'5". He's 6'5". He does that. That's a regular occurring thing.
Fucking Andre the Giant, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. That's fucking badass, man. Well, what the fuck, dude? What have you guys been up to, man? What are you guys doing, man?
It's been busy, actually. Like, just a lot of behind the scenes stuff for the most part. Like, just getting ready to head up to Canada in like a month. Getting ready to play Harrisburg like next week. Just trying to orchestrate a bunch of stuff like for the rest of the year for the most part. Been grinding, promoting the album as best as possible. Also been writing some new stuff too.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, Constellation of Endless Blight. What a fucking name, dude. Tell us about this record, man. Like, how did you guys, what was the recording process like with this one?
Well, for myself, if I could speak up for myself, I'm Steve. I'm the drummer, Festergore. I had 3 days to record pretty much the whole entire album, because the place where we were sharing the recording room at the Phoenix Studio in Staten Island, it's a shared rehearsal spot with another band called Gravy Whore. So we had a shared space there, and we recorded the album there in their space. And I basically only had like three days to compact all these songs into 3 days, and that was a task. At least for myself, I haven't been, put it up to a challenge like that before in regard to recording. But it was fun. It was an exciting and cool experience, if I do say so myself. Anything else you'd like to add, Andrew, about that?
Yeah, so funny enough, like that first night we were getting like all of your gear and like to actually like record the drums. I thought we were gonna start like recording that night. So I thought it would have been 4 days versus 3. But once like we actually, what was it? Like we were like halfway finished putting everything together for the most part. They were just like, all right, we'll just bike tomorrow. And then we basically got into the nitty gritty of it. So I feel like it was less time than 3 days, Steve, personally.
That's crazy though. 3 days, man. You fucking hammered it out, man. The shit sounds fucking badass though.
Yeah, man. It was, like I said, it was a challenging task to compact all those songs into 3 days. Because, mind you, it was during late August, early September. So over here in New York, it's pretty humid. So that alone, was a very, very challenging experience dealing with the heat and the humidity inside the room. So, and it was a pretty challenging thing, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, for people out there listening, man, can you give us a brief history rundown of like how you guys got started, how long you've been doing this?
So I reached out to Steve back in 2022. It was like what, October?
Yeah, it was October.
Yeah, it was October. I reached out to him. I wanted to see if he wanted to jam, see what we could do with whatever we do, and he ended up coming down. We ended up meeting up at Hellhound Studio just because he lives out in Jersey now, and I didn't feel I was like I feel like it was like the perfect halfway point because if I like with Hellhounds in Jersey, but just over the bridge for us. But all he has to do is drive down and not have to worry so much about toll. So I feel like it was like the perfect trade-off. And I love that space so much. The staff there has just been phenomenal. Ed, Jose. But yeah, other than that, like once we linked up and we felt that connection, started vibing, I asked Tom later on, like what, in like November, if he wanted to jam with us.
Yeah, it wasn't too long after we linked up.
Yeah, it was like what, like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, about that range. Yeah.
Yes. So then afterwards, I reached out to Tom to see if he wanted to jam with us. He pulled up and he fit right in the pocket with it. And then afterwards, I felt like we looked for a vocalist for a little bit, but it didn't take too long just because I already knew Ryan through the Tombstoner Boys. And
hell yeah.
I had an idea like, wait a minute. This is a big motherfucker. Let me see what he does with vocals, because I would see him hop up on gang vocals whenever Tombstoner would play live their song Mind Your Fucking Business. And it's just like, oh, he's got it. Like, let me see what he's really cooking with. So I asked him to pull up. There was a whole mix-up confusion because Tom McGill from Tombstoner was just like, he reached out to him asking him if he wanted to play bass for a grind band. And then I reached out to him asking him if he'd want to do vocals for a death metal band. And he was just like, "What? Who's asking me what?" So I was just like, just come down to the studio. So he comes down, I asked him to mic check, warm up, and he gives me a good mic check. Like, I was just like, check. No, like, really check it. And he starts doing some sick gutturals, and I was just like, all right, we're sold.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Man, you mentioned Jersey, dude. What the fuck is up with all those fucking drones, man?
Bro, if I had $1 for every time I've been asked about these goddamn drones.
Are you seeing them?
Nah.
No? It's all bullshit?
I have no idea what's going on out there. That's Jersey. Jersey's on some other business. I'm over on Staten.
Well, I'm in Jersey, so I can't answer that.
Have you seen anything, Steve?
No, I have not seen anything, but accordingly, it's about the FAA. That's what they report. But who knows if that's even true or not. But me personally, I have never seen a drone here in my turf. Well, my new turf, now that I live here in Jersey. But if I do see any sightings, I'll surely report back to the guys and probably even record it if my camera can even capture it as proof. But yeah, I haven't seen anything. Thankfully. I mean, it would have been rad to see something actually, but no.
Yeah, are you gonna turn into one of those drone watchers, bro?
No, I have like the to find a ghost radar, like to sense any ghosts. Presence. That's what I have on my phone. Yeah, I actually want to invest into like some sort of telescopic thing so I can see into the cosmos. Maybe I can find, a hovering, I don't know, hot dog or some shit. I don't know.
Bro, you cooked.
Well, speaking of recording, man, fucking, what kind of shit were you guys using to make these fucking tunes, man? Can you give us a gear rundown for all the gearheads out there, man?
So guitar wise, what I used the Marshall JCM 900. I used a combination of Void manufacturing pedals, specifically the Void pedal. I used a Walrus Audio Juliana for the chorus. Those are specifically for like my leads. For tone wise specifically, like it was I was running the Ming soldering executioner pedal into the effects loop of the JCM 900, basically sculpting it from the rear. Then afterwards, what was it? The cab, I forgot what cab we used. I think we used the cabs that they had in there. I think they were loaded with Celestians, the greenbacks. Tom was using a PV6505. I know he was using a clone for his distortion. I sat there trying to sculpt his tone for like a good 20 minutes before I figured it out. Steve, you want to take it away with the drums?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything that I record with is I recorded with my house kit. I have a 1987 Grand Star 1 white shell drum kit. It's based off the same drum kit that Lars Ulrich used, but I know that's a Art Star.
Fuck yeah.
But I have like a, there's a lot of politics behind, because Lars switched his his Art Star into a Grand Star with Grand Star lugs. So there's a whole thing about that. But basically, I kind of have like the same kit, or same model, I should say. I have some Evans Onyx dark heads on them. I used pasty cymbals and a combination with Silgen cymbals. Funny enough, I went to Sam Ash before they called it quits to basically buy a cymbal, because right before recording my main cymbal, my 20-inch broke during rehearsal. So I ran down to Sam Ash and I bought a replacement just for the recording, and then once I was done with the recording, I went back to Sam Ash and asked for a refund, and they gave me the refund. Maybe that's why they went bankrupt, because people been doing that shit. But yeah, I use that. I use Dynasynced Tama double bass pedals. And most importantly, the type of drumsticks I use are ProMarks Firegrain 5Bs. I can never look into any other drumsticks, because those have been my go-to since maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and they have served me very well. I feel like they last longer than any other drumstick out there, and I love them. They're really good. But that's basically my gear, per se, yes.
Hell yeah, man. Lars Ulrich's fucking badass, dude. Fucking, I don't care what anybody says, man. Those fucking drum sounds, all the Metallica records, man. I mean, excluding the one, but yeah, he always fucking, those drums always fucking nail it, man. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, if you watch the Live Purge and shit,
yeah.
and Justice for All, I basically have the same amount of shells. I have like a 9-piece set that I have in my basement. When the guys come over, that's where we sometimes rehearse. If it's not Hellhound, we do a lot of the writing here in my dungeon. So I'm very happy with it. It took me like almost 2 years to complete the whole kit, because you can't buy a 1987 kit anywhere. So I had to go on eBay, Reverb, just try to scout for all the pieces online and kind of Frankenstein it all together, which is what I did. Couldn't be happier with it.
Fuck yeah, man. And the guitar sounds too, man. I was definitely hearing some chainsaw fucking ish type fucking tones in there, man, which was really cool. And surprised what you said, what you were using. It's not what I was thinking. I was thinking.
So
Yeah, I was thinking the the fucking HM2 or something.
So funny enough, with the Ming soldering executioner pedal, it's actually based off of the DoD death metal pedal, but like just done up, like bougied out.
The
And
death metal pedal.
Yeah, the OG,
yeah.
the OG DoD.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
So I was running with that. I guess another thing that kind of helped with that was my pickup and my guitar. I use an X2N, X2N7. So I always loved rail pickups, specifically the X2N.
X2N.
How it sounded. The X2N.
What is that?
It's a DiMarzio pickup. It's basically a rail pickup. Basically, it's just a high output, just beefy as all hell. It's perfect for down tunes.
Passive?
You can't go. Yep, passive.
Hell yeah, yeah.
Passive.
Yeah,
I swear by DiMarzio. Like, I love all of their. Like, I love a good majority of their pickups. I think they're on. I want to say like 90% of my guitars.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Yeah, I know, man. I'm definitely somebody who prefers passive pickups myself, man. Fucking, I don't know. There's nothing against fucking EMGs and all the other shit, but like, just something about having to worry about a battery being in there and being charged all the time. Just fucking that it just irks me, man. You know, like fucking, you don't ever know. You know, like there's no fucking way to check it. You know, like there's no little light that tells you if that fucking battery's almost dead or if it's good or what level it's at. So how the fuck do you know, you know?
Well, Tom has that problem now just because he has Fishman's in his new guitar.
Yeah.
But me, I'm a creature of habit. Like, I would say the next guitar I'm building right now, that's going to be another X2N pickup in there.
Hell yeah, man. Fuck
definitely
yeah.
Gonna be.
Well, as far as let me ask you about the band name Festergore. How did you guys come up with that? Is there a story behind that?
So, backstory behind that. Everyone always asks me about it, and it's just at the end of the day, I'm a big World of Warcraft nerd. So there was these two bosses in this faction called the Scourge, Festergore, and he was located in Icecrown Citadel. And there was another boss called Rattlegore, based out of Skullomance in Vanilla WoW. And I basically took those two bosses' names and mashed them together. It would have made more sense to combine Festergore and Rotface, just because they're both a pair of bosses in that raid, Icecrown Citadel, but I was just like, that's too obvious. That's way too obvious. And I've just always loved the Scourge. I love the undead. Like, it's just cool to see like how this one dude, the Lich King, basically like controls like this army of undead and is just hell bent on just turning the entire world undead.
Fuck basically, yeah. We are nerds.
Fuck yes. Yeah, man. I love it, dude. I love it.
We love to see it.
Well, tell us about the album artwork, man, because this shit is fucking insane, dude. Like, what the fuck is going on here, man?
I think Steve can answer that best, just because he was in correspondence most with Lucas.
Yeah, we reached out to Lucas. He goes by the Instagram name Shawgoth Kinetics. We basically, he asked us for like the concept or themes of the album or the songs. So we gave him like the track listings and like the themes of them around it, and kind of like we had different ideas to give him, but basically we told him like to go apeshit with it. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be specific to what we envision, more so like get his creative outlet out there more than, you know, based around like the themes, but more so like imagining it in his creative way. So after going, back and forth with some of the sketches that he sent it over to us. It started to shape more and more towards what we were looking for or thinking about in terms of the album art, and kind of like he Frankensteined it after a few, maybe like 2 or 3 sketches afterwards, and we were just like, okay, yeah, this is kind of like what we envision. Just keep going, just keep adding maybe this or that, maybe use this type of colors for the sky, maybe the other types of colors. So he kind of went, in his creative drive and just kind of like everything together, and through the sketches into like the final product, we couldn't be any more happier he basically did a home run with it.
Yeah.
And it was so awesome, like this artwork, that not only we paid for the rights for it, but we also paid for the actual art. The art on canvas that he painted by hand, and right now it sits in my living room space, right there on my wall, along with the 2 sketches that he sent over to us through email. So I have everything there, like in my living room.
Every time we pull up, I always greet it. I always make it a point to greet it.
Like if you take a look at it, like in the digital release, it's so good. But if you see it in person, it's even like awesome. Like you just can't like put your eyes away from it, because it's just beautiful. He's such a talented artist, man. Like, Shoga, if you're listening to this, man, thanks again.
We love you.
And we love you, yes.
and we'll be back for number 2.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, man, the colors, the details in it, everything, man. Right away, when I got brought on to help you guys with promotion for this, that was one of the first things that grabbed me. I was like looking at the album art, and I was like, fuck. This reminds me of a lot of the stuff that I grew up listening to, man. The old school death metal bands, in the fucking 90s and shit, man. Malevolent Creation and Obituary, stuff like that.
Yeah.
All that
I'm glad
shit,
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's basically the whole idea was to create a concept of an old school vision, and no AI BS like Pestilence. They had a lot of
absolutely the fuck not.
They had a lot of like people hating on their AI art.
Me being one of them.
I think like 99.999% of all like metalheads hate that stuff. But yeah, we wanted something real. We wanted something more organic and and old school. And he just did a home run with it, and it was really, really good.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Yeah, you bring that up. That is crazy. Like it's crazy to me to think that they even did that, because like there's so many artists out there that are ready and willing to do it for really affordable prices, man. Like, and as big as they are and well known as they are, like all they had to do was reach out and and say like, can anybody help us out with this? And somebody would have totally laid down something cool, man, but I don't know, whatever, man.
I mean, like, Testimony of the Ancients is one of my top favorite death metal albums of all time. I think that, the main guy, I forget his name, I think he's, trying to be progressive in the wrong ways.
Yeah.
I think he just needs to, stick with the roots of an actual artist doing the actual art, instead of just a click away and boom. That's what I think.
Yeah. I mean, we fucking hire artists all the time to help us out with doing things for our festival and stuff. It's so quick and so cheap, man. It's like, you don't have to go and get what's his name? I don't know. I can't think of it, but you don't have to fucking spend $1,000, man. You can literally get a good album cover for $100 or 200 or something like that, you know, and that's not that bad, man. Today's economy, like that's what, fucking going to the grocery store once. You know?
Yeah, essentially. And I was gonna say, like, there's so many sick artists that we've worked with over the last 3 years. Whether it's Gruesome Graphics, Yandema,
Tomorrow's Ghost.
Tomorrow's Ghost with our logo. Especially tomorrow, like, big ups to Tomorrow's Ghost for, like, giving Festergore that Festergore logo, because it's just, like, it pops off. Like, I don't care. Like, it's just the right level of yucky and legible. You know? Yeah,
there were Tomorrow's Ghost and like different variants of the logo initially, and the one that we have now it stood out to us the most. I'm glad we went along with that one.
Oh, 1,000%.
Hell yeah!
And you know, we're here to promote local artists, international artists that put their heart and soul into making the artwork for the bands out there. So it's kind of like goes both ways. You know, we support them to support us back. It's a whole community that we, you know, we combine together and just kind of like, you know, that's what's part of the scene. Yeah, it's helping each other out. No egos, no bullshit.
Because that's what it is. Like, at the end of the day, there's enough room at the table for everyone to eat.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, that's how we survive, man. We got to help each other out, man.
Well, absolutely, what it is. Whatchamacallit. Actually, one other artist we got to shout out because she did the single art for Cryogenic Decay. Emma Knight. I actually just got her a shirt. I got to send it on over to her. Of the actual, like, single art from Iron Fortress.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, man. Well, I wanted to ask you guys, how did you get hooked up with Personal Records, man?
So we looked around, just trying to find, like, the right fit for us, because, like, when we initially dropped the EP, we just said, fuck it, let's just drop it ourselves. Dropped it ourselves, pressed it ourselves, and just did it that way, got recognition that way. When we did our split with Plasmodulated, Necrovision, and Ectospire, we went through Gurgling Gore, which was a big bucket list for me just because I've been such a huge fan of Gurgling Gore over the years. Between bands like Warflirt, Writhing Shadows, Parallax Occlusion, just too many to list, man. Way too many to list. The Druid Lord Anatomia split that he put out. Just, God, man. So much good shit.
That was the best split for the year for you, right?
What's that? Yeah.
That was one of the best splits of the year for you.
Oh my goodness. Listen, at the end of the day, like, this is me being unbiased, but that split, the Mire of Absolute Repulsion, went so fucking hard. That was such a great project to be a part of. And listening to the final portions of it from, like, everyone in the parking lot after we finished recording the album was just sick as all hell. So, like, it was just like, all right, cool. And mind you, it dropped like 2 months after we finished recording. But linking up with Personal Records, I believe we reached out to Transcending Obscurity.
Hell yeah.
TSO. And he actually recommended us to Personal Records just because his plate was full. So we ended up reaching out to Jacobo, and he hooked it up. Also, we've been in talks with Iron Fortress for a minute. Like, he's been trying to get us into the fray for a while, and it's just like I've always been a fan of, like, what he's been putting out. And it kind of worked out perfectly just because all of our friends are on that label. Like, you got Ectospire on there, you have Necrovision getting ready to drop on there, Swamp Grape from Louisiana, you have
Last Wretch.
Last fucking Wretch. They were originally on CDN, and then they ended up making the hop over to Iron Fortress.
Hell yeah.
And that's actually who we're playing in Canada with on Friday and Saturday.
Nice.
which I'm really hyped for.
Yeah, CDN Records is badass too, man. I'm good friends with those guys as well, man.
Bro, I've been following the Growl for a minute. Because that's also the dude from the Growl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been following that for a while.
Yeah.
And it's just funny how everything just like kind of coincides.
Hell yeah, man. Very cool, dude.
We ended up reaching out to Jacobo, and he treated us pretty well with this, and it was just like, all right, this is a no-brainer. And mind you, this was like when we were finishing up our Midwest run. Finished doing that, got everything ironed out with that, and that was it.
Oh yeah, man. Right on. Well, for people out there listening, where's the best place for them to go to support you guys, buy some music and merch and shit like that?
We got two. We have camp. You can find us there, and also we have Big Cartel, where you can find the merch as well. So we have two social media platforms where you can find our stuff and fit your Fester needs.
My favorite place that you could probably get it from, though, is catching us live, because then we could actually have a beer together, chop it up, have a good time.
Absolutely, and so also you're not gonna find every single merch we have online, because we also have flags, we have other merch that you cannot get online. So it's you'll benefit into seeing us live and rage with us, but also copy merch that
live exclusives.
Right, live exclusives that you can't find anywhere else.
Hell yeah! And you guys got some live dates coming up, right?
Yep, we got Harrisburg over at JB Love Drafts next Saturday. We have the Canada run coming up on the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. We're still ironing out the 23rd. That's going to be Montreal. After that, we're trying to organize something at the moment in April. And then in May, we're hitting up Delaware with the Deteriorate homies.
Hell yeah. Deteriorate.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We also got that August show.
Gonna be chopping it up with fucking Paul again.
Hell yeah.
And then we don't have anything in June and July as of yet. August, we're playing Rage of Armageddon Fest, and we're opening for Repulsion.
And Darkness.
Oh yeah, and fucking Darkness.
Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude. All right, well, I guess I'm about out of questions for you guys. Is there anything else you want to let the people know, man?
Steve, what was yours?
I would like to, I guess, close this out by saying thank you to all the Fester fam out there supporting us throughout, this years. We've been grinding since day one. So it's really awesome seeing people enjoying the album ever since we dropped the album, and also prior to that, the split and the EP. Just continue to rage with us throughout the next decades or so, because this train it ain't gonna be stopping anytime soon. We're just gonna keep going and going until God knows when. So, cheers to you all. Thank you so much for all the love. Metal Devastation, and all the bands that we've played with, and all the artists that we support and support us. You guys know who you are, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Anything else you want to conclude with, Andrew?
Yeah, you took all the words out of my mouth, you son of a bitch.
That's why we are twins.
Yeah,
we have a thing going on with people. People confuse us all the time. When we play live, they think I'm Andrew, and they think that he's Andrew Steve. So we just kind of go along with it. We have like that inside joke type shit that we always confuse people because we look so goddamn alike. But if you squint your eye, we're not so alike. But for the
It's
average...
actually really funny though. Like when they put 2 and 2 together, it's typically when we actually start playing, and it's just like, wait, I thought Steve was the drummer.
yeah. So it's an ongoing joke that we have. So thankfully, we still have our hair on our heads right now, so no one is balding or anything like that. So we can. Still
I was gonna braid my hair, but you know what? I'll hold off just to keep the joke going a little bit, and then I'll probably braid it in like the summertime just to keep it out of my face.
And also, it doesn't really help when we kind of have like similar type of clothing, like we wear like sweats because we like to be comfortable. So that doesn't help either. So,
you're not. I mean, I am in sweats right now. I'm in my mutilation barbecue sweats with my worm top.
Basically, I'm in the same, I'm in the same, I guess, vibe with you because I'm wearing my Massacre sweats with the Festergore long sleeve limited edition shirt that we dropped like 2 years ago.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that new.
No, that new that's gonna be dropping in March, right?
Yeah, it's the pre-order right now going.
Pre-order right now through RCM Patches. If you know, you know.
Oh yeah,
RCM Patches blessed us. I love Jade. So real quick, RCM Patches took over for Scumlord Distro out in Canada. So he is also running a distro as well as Patches. Be sure to give him love. He's worked with bands such as Molder. He's working with Worm. He's got a few more in the chamber. He's going ham this year. Like on the patch game, it's absolutely wild. And he's actually branching into tapes as well. Who knows? You might see something pop off later on.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man. All right, guys. Well, before I let you go, can I get you to make us a station tag real quick?
Steve.
Wait, what's that again? I'm sorry.
Whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is Festergore, and you're listening to Metal Devastation fucking Radio."
All right, you got it, man. This is Festergore, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio, baby.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man, like a pro.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it. You guys taking the time to talk to us. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to blast some more Festergore for these motherfuckers so they go crazy, all right?
Oh yeah, boss. Thank you for having us. Much appreciated.
Hey,
yeah,
man.
Thank you for all you do for us too, man. We appreciate that.
You're welcome, man. Thank you. And we'll do it again, man, sometime soon, man.
Oh yeah, we'll run it back.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later, man. Cheers.
All right, man. Later.
There you have it, folks. Festergore live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation fucking radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your fucking windows, put them in your front lawns, put them in your neighbor's driveway. Do whatever you got to do, man. If you don't see U-Haul trucks everywhere tomorrow, what the fuck are you even doing, man? Crank it up.